Hi guys, I wanted to give you a quick tour of Captain's mod for Age of Empires. It is basically a turn-based civilization picker for tournaments, for team games mainly. Okay, so when you first go to the site, you will have to pick a captain name, so let's say we are Pip. Then you are presented with the instructions, you can go create a new draft or join or spectate an existing draft. Quickly, let's imagine a situation when you have two teams. Each team has a captain, and this captain picks civilizations for their team and bans the civilization for the other team. These captains take turns banning and picking civilizations. For each turn, they have 30 seconds. If the captain has to pick a civilization and doesn't pick a civilization in 30 seconds, then that team will have to pick random civilization for one player in game. If the captain has to ban a civilization and doesn't do this in 30 seconds, then no civilization will get banned for the other team, so the other team will have one extra civilization to pick from. There are a few other options you can set for the draft, but I will talk about them later. First, I want to show you a quick draft, how it works, and then I will show you the options. So let's say we want to play a 2v2 against another team, and so I will host a 2v2. When you host the game, a unique code will be generated for the game, which you can use this code to invite another captain to join this draft. Also, you can send this to spectators who can spectate the game by inputting this code into the input field in the existing draft code. Also, you can send the URL given to the other captain, and this URL will take the other captain straight into the game, and he doesn't have to input this code and join. Okay, so it's a 2v2 game. This is the main interface. You have the title, which describes the current game. It's a 2v2 game, obviously. Under it, you have the order of picks and bans, how you will take turns with the other captain. We are the blue captain, so you can see that we will have 3 bans at first, then 1 pick, then 1 ban, and 1 pick as the last. And the barbarian will have basically the same. He will ban and pick, then ban and pick again. Under this, you have the fields describing the current situation. You have the free fields you will have to fill in with the civilizations, 2 picks and 4 bans. Under this is the instructions code for the current turn. So currently you have to wait for the guest captain to get ready, and the guest captain will have to click this ready button when they are ready, and that will allow the host captain to start the game. And under this instruction line, you see the civilization picker. To pick or ban a civilization, you just have to click on the images of the unique units for each civilization. And if you are not sure which civilization it is, then you just hover it, and a tooltip will jump up with the properties of the civilization. Alright. So now, when you go into the draft like this, you will want to have a strategy going into this. So let's say the barbarian really likes playing Mongols, and he wants to play Mongols and some other strong classical age civilizations, so let's say Mayans. And our team is, let's say, really strong boomers, so we want to boom, and we want to pick civilizations that are good at booming, and we want to, let's say, play Persians and go for paladins. And along with the paladins, we want to have an archer civilization to counter camels, halberdiers, or monks. So Britons, Chinese, Huns, or Mayans, for example, are good choices. Alright, so again, briefly, the barbarian wants to go for Mayans, Mongols first, and mainly Mayans. and our team wants to go for Persians and some archer civilization. Okay, so the guest is ready, he knows what he wants to do, and the host can start the game. There is a countdown of 3 seconds. You have to wait it. So, and the first turn is our turn for my team, and we want to ban Hans because they're a really strong early game civilization, and we want to take this game into the late stages. The barbarians is we banned Hans, and so he wants just to, let's say, copy us, and he bans Hans as well. Now, for our next ban, we want to ban a civilization that is strong in early game, that would possibly ruin our boom, and we won't be able to get the paladin upgrade in time. So we want to ban the Aztecs, which are really strong in early game and early Imperial Age and really early game. They have a very strong drash. So the barbarian, he wants to go for Mongols, and he doesn't want us to pick, for example, Mayans, because that would give us a good choice against the Mangudai, which is very cost effective in the plumed archers. For our next ban, which is the last ban before we pick our first civilization, let's say we want to pick, let's say Celts, because Celts have really strong siege, and we don't want a strong siege against our archer civilization along with the Persians. Now for the last ban for the barbarian, let's say he wants to ban Goth because he wants to pick Mongols and Mayans, which are both archer civilizations. So Goth would counter them both. So it's now time for my team's first pick. As you can see, you can't pick the civilizations and they are grayed out. And you can't even click on them, which were already banned. And as I said earlier, we want to pick Persians, which are really good boomsiv, and get paladins. Now the barbarians, as I said, really likes Mongols, so let's say he picks Mongols. Now it's the barbarian's last ban. So let's say he wants to ban Koreans, which would counter both Mangudai and plumed archers. The Mongols get really strong siege onagers, so let's say the barbarian doesn't want us to have Koreans. For our last ban, we can see that the opponent already picked Mongols, and so the Mongols are really strong in the late stages, but not in the mid game. So let's say we want to ban Mayans, which are really good if you want, if they want to sling some resources to the Mongols yeah. So we don't want to play against the Mayans. Alright, so now the barbarian's last pick, he can now see that he can't pick the Mayans. So he wants another strong castle civilization. Also, let's say he will pick Turks. Now it's our last pick. So we wanted to go for an archer civilization along with the Persians. So we have the choice of either Britons or Chinese, but because the barbarian chose Turks, which in Castle Age get very long range, we want to go for the Britons, which get the extra range for their archers in Castle Age, so they can counter those nasty Janissaries. So when the game ended, this is it. So you will want to go to the Age of Empires and start the game, and please do copy this code into the pre-game chat or the in-game chat, so the players, so it shows up in the recording, and the players watching the recording will be able to watch back this draft. I will quickly show you how spectating this draft looks like. So let's copy the code, paste it here, and let's say we want to spectate. So you are basically given the same interface as for the picks and bans. The only difference is you don't get the civilization picker, but you get these 3 controls to pause, to go to the next pick or ban. You can pause it, as I said, or if you are impatient, you can just fast forward and see the result. So this is spectator mode. You can also spectate these games live. You don't have to wait until they end. Now, as for the other options for these, for creating a draft, you have the option of a few presets. Different presets have different order of picks and bans, and each preset can have several civilizations banned globally. For example, in that you will have Mayans, Vikings, and Huns banned from the start, so you can't pick those civilizations. So this is the preset. The hidden option basically hides the bans of the other team as long as possible until it won't lead to possible conflicts. So for example, if bans or picks, so if the opponent bans civs, you can't see which civs he banned until you have to pick a civilization, right? And also you can't see his picks until you have to ban a civilization or the game ends. Okay, so different civs per team, different civilizations per team means that you can't pick the same civilizations for more than one player in your team. So you can't pick Mayans twice. So pretty straightforward. So the next mode is a host mode. It's mainly for tournament admins. So when they know their way around the site and they know how to set up these things, then they can just set up the draft as they want. Say this, and now they want to invite both captains. So in host mode, they will be sent straight to spectator mode, and they will be given two URLs to send to each captain. So the host captain gets a different code than the guest captain. In host mode, you are just a spectator and you want to set up the game and then send the code to the captains. Okay, so this was host mode. And the demo mode, when you just want to try out the site and want to test how picking and banning works, I will show you a quick example with hidden option. So you will see how the hidden option works. Okay, so let's do a 2v2, hidden 2v2. So let's start the game. In demo mode, you will have to pick the choices for the opponent as well. It won't be highlighted as when you pick, but you still can click on these images for the civilizations, and it will show that the opponent has picked something. So as you can see, you can't see the picks until it's my turn to pick, or it's somebody's turn to pick. So I won't see these options until he bans the next civilization, which will be my turn to pick something. Otherwise it would lead to conflicts. I might pick a civilization that my opponent already banned. Yeah. Okay, so now I pick something, and so forth. So for example, for this last ban, I can't see what the demo opponent banned, and it won't affect my decision. So, and I can't see the opponent's decision until I picked mine. The same for the last pick of the opponent. So let's say he picked. Oh, he can't pick that. Let's say he picked Saracens, but I can't see his pick. So it won't affect my decision. That means it's more balanced this way. So I can't counter that civilization he picked last. So let's just pick Byzantines as well. Yeah. So this is how hidden works. It just hides the civilizations until it would lead to conflicts. Yeah, I think this is it. Hope you like it, and hopefully we will see this in tournaments. One tournament will be this Saturday from 9 GMT. It will be streamed by Clemensor and Robo. Please tune in, and hopefully I will see you there, and thanks for watching.